America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Under public comments, Ms. Diana?
No public comment.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Juan.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, community, staff. Mayor, the first item under presentations, we have the presentation of departmental reports. Tonight we have Department of Finance, the Fire Department, Police Department, Municipal Court, and Department of Utilities. Every department director is here. Should you have any questions for them?
Okay. At this time, is there any questions for the directors, members of the commission?
Mayor, if I may.
Go ahead, sir.
My question, Mayor, is not for the directors that are listed, but for IT, Mr. Carr. I've been told that the live streaming isn't working. That's what I was told for the previous two meetings. Is it working? Is it up? Yes? Okay, all right. Okay, thank you.
Anything else? I guess for Chief Tiso, I was going over the packet and I noticed that on your information, Medicare, they didn't submit a report.
No, sir. They got it. It was afterwards, and I've been told it's not a good idea to give it during the meeting.
I think maybe because they were backed up with work with the.
Correct. Yes, sir. But I request them to get them in by I think it's the 5th, the 6th of each month, and they were late. And Sandra and I had to meet the deadline to submit for our agenda. So I submitted, and that's what I put. But I'll get you.
No. I was wondering because I know that you're real good as far as
yeah.
Medicare as well submitting the reports, and
Yes,
I
sir.
noticed that this round there wasn't.
Yeah, I think they've been pretty backlogged, but I mean, they pretty much know it's a commitment that I have to present to you all on a monthly basis. So, but I got it, and it was too late to
Okay.
put on the agenda.
No problem. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
what we can do, Mayor, is put it on the next meeting?
Yeah, no. I just want to make sure that everything is running smooth so far.
So we're
You
good.
haven't had any issues with them or anything like that?
Not at all, sir.
Okay.
Not at all.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I guess my next question too, anybody else has a question? You're good? Chief Morin? Is he here? Okay, there you go. On your report, I also noticed that you had 2 of your trucks that went down, the animal control trucks?
They were replaced. The brand new ones came, so they've been.
Oh, okay.
And so we removed the old ones, and actually we transferred them to the Raza.
Oh, great. You're good.
Brand new vehicles.
Okay. Now, as far as you do have someone that's on call, right, on the weekends? Okay. And what is, because I've had, some citizens had concerns in reference to trying to get a hold of the animal control people. So, do they have to call the main line to get to, or is there a specific line that they can? Or just, mhm. Okay, good. Sure. Okay. Good deal. Thank you, sir. Go ahead, sir. Mhm.
Chief, on that, like the mayor was saying, some people sometimes they call it, they get assist and everything. There was a parent that called to the department, and apparently they went to go check. It's on 9th Street, and I think it's 9 and Kansas. It's not the corner house, the one west of that one. Apparently, the owner that passed away, and the wife moved in with her daughter in McAllen. Okay. And I think that there was a complaint there. The dogs were there, and they're inside the fence, but nobody's feeding them or something like that. Okay. And I believe they have reported already. Just check on that, please. check on that. Yeah, yes. See what we can do with those little animals. No energy.
Just the only thing I'd like to add to that, for the commission, if we have calls like that, it's important and very imperative for us to report that immediately. I don't know how long ago you got it, but I think the police department should be notified as soon as
Where-
possible it
Yeah,
happens.
and it's true.
Yeah.
Apparently, they already
So
went
let's
by
not wait
there,
for the meeting.
but since they said they couldn't go inside because there was nobody there living there.
Yeah.
But they were gonna come back and check to see what other things they can do. It's inside the fence. They're inside the fence and there's nobody taking care of them. You, Mr. Sanchez.
The last question I have is for Mary, Miss Mary, under the municipal court. I noticed that on the warrants that were collected, the amount was $3,361, correct? Okay. The question I have for you is, how many of those warrants were actually served at home, or there were walk-ins that went in there and paid? Do you have that information offhand? Okay. Okay, so, but is your marshal going to the homes and doing like home visits to try to collect these monies?
Calling to the residents, only for the warrant.
Okay, so then all this amount that I see here is just walk-ins, people going in and paying off their warrants? Okay. All right, good. That's all I need to do. Thank you, ma'am. Any other questions? If not, we'll go ahead and move on. Go ahead, sir.
The next item on the discussion and possible action, we have discussion and possible action regarding the quotes for the upcoming general election on May the 1st, 2021 for the mayor place 1, city commissioner place 2, and place 3. Ms. Cavazos?
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commissioners.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
On the previous meeting, the issue and notice of election for May 1st, 2021 was approved, setting the polling locations and times of early voting and election day. We requested quotes from Hidalgo County, ES&S, and Hard InterCivic. From Hard InterCivic, we received an email saying that they were no longer leasing equipment, but they did offer to give us a quote for a purchase. Other than that, I did receive one from ES&S, which is attached in your packet, and for Hidalgo County, up to today, I have not received their quote. They did provide me with the one they gave us last time, which was in 2017, more or less for an estimate. So that's what I included in the packet.
Okay, so, I mean, we can't base that information on the 2017 quote. You know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming that the pricing of the renting the machines or having the county run, I'm assuming it's gone up, since, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And can I ask you this, how soon, do we have to make a decision today? Because I'd like to have the correct information for 2021 and see what the pricing is on.
Right. Well, I mean, we can always wait until we get the quote. I know they told me they're working on them, but they didn't give me like a date, like, we'll have it at the end of the week or by the beginning of next week.
My question is, can we go ahead and maybe table this item?
Yes.
And get us the information that we need
Yes.
and see what the cost is for 2021?
Yes, we can do that.
Or do we have to make a decision this evening?
No, we don't have to make a
Okay.
decision today, because so far, we're meeting all our deadlines and we're doing it ahead of time, so we have a little bit of time in there.
So with that, okay, go ahead. Chris.
So you would be on top of that as far as the time?
Yes.
To make sure that we don't run into, if need be, a special call, a meeting, if
Yeah,
need be.
no problem.
But I think that, as a commissioner, we'd like to see the difference
Numbers.
and have the actual numbers. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
So I guess with this being said,
If I may,
go ahead, sir.
before we table. In the, when we do the comparison, Ms. Cavazos, I noticed that Hidalgo County included the cost of the employee, payment and all that? And, I guess posting in the monitor and the advance? But this one is just based on the machines itself, correct?
That is correct. It would be on top of that, the
Right.
payroll, the supplies,
Right.
and everything else that it entails for the election.
If you can make, I know, they're not including it, but can you include those extras when it's brought back to us? All those extras that are included in the county, so that we can get an accurate
Get a total number.
on both, okay? Because
Okay.
this, like, I know Mayor mentioned it, it's from 2017 and it's 19,000. And this one, just the machines alone is 23. So we can get an accurate comparison, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
And also just so you all have in mind, with the county, the San Juan residents have the option of going and presenting their vote at any different city, as long as it's within the county, which is something we cannot offer with ESNS, just something for y'all to keep in mind.
Thank you.
Okay, with that being said, I'll go ahead and make a motion to table this item.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. So for the next meeting, Jan, just try to, okay? Thank you, ma'am. Or unless, if there's find out if there's a deadline that we need to meet to get the approval. I'm pretty sure, none of us here will have a problem calling a special call meeting, just for to take care of this item.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Yeah, just get with Mr. Arjona and let him know, so that way he can notify us. Thank you, ma'am.
Next item is consider appointment of election judges and setting maximum number of election clerks for the Acoma City Municipal election for place 1, 2, and 3 to be held on May 1st, 2021. Obviously, since the other previous item was tabled, I'm gonna recommend this one to be tabled as well.
Correct.
I'd like to make a motion.
There's a motion.
Motion to table.
There's been a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you so much.
The next item, discussion and possible action regarding Hidalgo County Election Department, request for the polling location for May 1st, 2021, city school election. Obviously, the same thing, Mayor. Recommend to table it.
Okay, so, okay, do we just make sure that we, there's not a deadline that we need to meet?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If that was to be the case, like you mentioned just before on the previous item, I'll bring it up to your attention immediately
Right away,
so that we
please.
can have an,
Okay,
yes.
sure.
Good question, Mayor, if I may.
Go ahead, sir.
Now this item, Mr. Arjona, I know it's just specifically for the locations, right? So I know in the previous meeting, didn't we already approve these locations?
Well, we approved the locations for our city. This is Hidalgo County requesting the locations for them to use for everybody else.
Okay,
So
so
let's
how
say
would
for
that work?
instance, let's say for instance that the county decide to go with county, then there may be a request from the county saying, I'd like to have an additional facility, or just the one that we're proposing. So that's why if we do it on the other one with the presenting what is gonna be us handling the election of the county, then we can come back and say it'll be best for this location or that location.
Right.
Now, let me
Not,
go-
not to mention, Commissioner, remember as she said it earlier, if the county handles the election, then you will be able to vote in other cities, so they would have to be listing all those locations and so forth.
Right, I understand that, Mr. Palacios. I guess what I'm trying to get at is, let's say we don't go with the county. Let's say we go with that other party. Are they gonna have to find different locations to have their
Yes.
boxes?
Yes, more than likely, they'll probably go to the district and ask for a school, because they do have a location in San Juan for other cities to come in and vote if they would like to, yes.
Oh, okay, we wouldn't be housing them in the same place then?
Not if we do our own.
Okay, that's what I was,
Won't be recommended,
Yeah, it won't.
it won't be recommended to do what?
to have a couple of the county and the city having one clerk for the county, one clerk
Right,
for the city.
right, yeah, that's what I was going at. Okay, thank you.
Just going back to the item on B. Now, for some reason, if this commission decides to go with the county, and obviously we need to, I guess, get the approval of the judges that are going to run the election. Now, does the commission approve the judges, or does the county automatically put the judges?
The county puts their own judges, but they do pick judges from San Juan for the San Juan facilities.
Okay, but my question, what I'm trying to say is, commission decides to go with, let's say we have the list of the certified judges that have experience in running elections in San Juan, and they're from San Juan. There's a couple names that the commission approves. You get those names, you submit them to the county. Now, does the county honor what the commission approved? Or can the county come back and say, no, no?
That's something I would have to ask the county, because so far, from my experience from when I've been here, they've selected the judges and they've never asked from the input from the commission. But I can ask them if
Okay, so.
it can be recommended.
The point that I'm trying to come with, so then why is this even,
Well, it's an item because now we don't know who's gonna be doing the election, if it's gonna be the county or if it's gonna be the city. That's why it's included on there, because if it's a city, we do need to select the judges.
Do this, can you ask the county and the list of the certified judges?
Yes, they can
and-
provide me with that.
And ask them if it's okay for the commission to approve,
Okay,
you know, and see what they tell you.
yes.
Obviously, we gotta go by their rules, I get that, but I mean, if the county's telling you that they're gonna try to pick judges within our community, then, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem, I think, right?
Yeah, they always have, in the previous elections, they always select
Okay.
judges from
So if you can
there.
just check on that too.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure will.
thank you.
You're welcome.
We still haven't received a motion on this item yet.
On C, right? Okay, is there a motion?
So move
Second?
That motion,
to table.
To table.
that motion to table.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, guys.
The next item, discussion and possible action to approve budget amendment for the utility fund in the amount of $135,000 to pay Schneider Electric for the investment grade audit for the utility system for the MII meter project. Authorize the mayor to execute all related documents. Mayor, before you and the commissioners, before you have a budget amendment revision that we made. However, I'd like to table it only because I'd like to include some more information on this particular item, such as minutes, such as discussion that was taken at the last, not the last meeting, but when this was discussed.
So, Rick, do you have a more or less, timeframe when it was discussed,
I wanna
how
say it
far
was-
back it goes?
It goes back to 2018.
2018, early
Yeah,
spring?
I remember.
Yes.
And there are some questions that I have in
Right,
regards to this.
and that's
item.
what, and I did get some of the minutes, but those are not the ones that I really was looking for.
Yeah.
So I want to include that in your packet at the next meeting, so you can make an adequate decision on what's transpiring.
So
here
you're
before
recommending
you.
to table?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions? You're lucky.
No, sir.
I'm
I'm good.
Is there a motion to table?
I'll-
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
The next item on the consent agenda, we have items A, B, C, and D, E, and E. Notice that you guys can pull any item from here to make any type of discussion, or should you just wish to vote on them?
At this time, under consent agenda, is there anything we need to amend or modify? Amend or modify under consent agenda? With that being said, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Go ahead, sir.
The next item under executive session, we have the San Juan City Commission will convene executive session in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Burns, Texas statutes and codes annotated, Government Code Chapter 551.071. The item is pursuant to Section 551.071, consultation with attorney, discussion and possible action regarding legal issues concerning the Police Department Comprehensive Assessment Report.
At this time, we'll be going in executive session at 6:20 PM.
Mayor, if I may, before we go into executive.
Go ahead, sir.
I was reading the agenda items, Mr. Arjona, and I know the first one, the way you read it, legal issues, but then when we come back, it says discussion and action on Police Department Comprehensive Assessment Report. The report's not gonna be discussed in executive session, correct? It's just the legal issue?
No, it's an assessment that we're gonna be discussing.
Okay. So why is it worded legal issues regarding?
That's the only way that we can word it when it's a report and assessment,
Uh-huh.
as regarding legal issues. Is you recall the comprehensive study that we did with the personnel?
Right, yeah.
Pretty much the same
And that's
thing.
why I'm asking, Mr. Arjona, because I know that referring to that plan itself, I know that, I don't know if anybody else from the commission did, but I never got a copy of that plan. I know it was been discussed, but we never received a hard copy on it to view. And that's why I'm asking about this one, because I
Hard
would hate to
copy
go and
of
discuss
the-
something that we're paying for in executive session. I don't see why it would have to be an executive session, why,
I'd like to discuss it
because,
before bringing it out. And if you'd like a copy of that, yeah, it'll be available,
okay.
such as the comprehensive report.
And it can also be discussed, legal, that's what I'm leading. I know it's gonna be discussed in there, but is that gonna confine us not to discuss it out in open? Because it's been discussed in there?
It all depends. I didn't understand if it's legal issues regarding the comprehensive report.
Exactly, I don't understand it either.
We would find obviously in executive session, and we can make those determinations there.
So the only thing that wouldn't be discussed out in public would be any legal issues that might arise.
Well,
Other than that, we can discuss
that's-
anything else.
I would assume,
Okay,
I would assume
that's what
so.
I'm making sure.
But I would make that determination
Once we go in,
once I go in there.
thank you.
There a motion?
Motion,
I'll go ahead and second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We'll be going in at 6:22 PM. Thank you. We're back from executive session at 6:53 PM. Is there a motion to reconvene? Is there a second? Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Under executive session, we're taking no action at this time, no action. With that being said, is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. This meeting has been adjourned at 6:54 PM. Thank you.